Angelo here. Welcome to my channel. And welcome back to Viewers My Stream. So, guys, that was very long interview with Baeclast. With
Baecast or
Baycat.
Bake.
I thought
What?
there's an L in there.
Really?
Yeah, I thought it was like Baeclast. Chris Wilson
Are
about the
you sure?
expedition link. I'm pretty sure. These are minor details, but I mean, if you really want, I will pull up.
I think it's Baeclast.
Oh shit, Baeclast. Fuck, shows you what I know.
It's all good.
You know, dyslexia hits hard. Do I have it? Probably. I don't know. Anyway, guys, again, Baeclast. Sorry. I'll get it right. Sorry, boys. Um, how to describe it? One, at first, it seemed cordial and nice, and, everyone getting along, and that's when I believe everyone can say the word potential shills, and this is orchestrated, and this is, oh yeah, Grinding Gear set this up. But as you watch near the end, at the last part, when he says, I still got a few more minutes. Do you guys have any other questions? I don't want this to seem like this is, organized or written statements and this was all organized. You guys tell me if there's any other question. And then that's when the boys came with some heat. Like they talked about the unethical loot boxes. They talked about, why are wisdom scrolls in? They talked about like all these hard hitting things. Why about these microtransactions? What about this? What about that? So it's like, oh, damn, woo, burning. Now, I did come up with a very long thread, which this will be the first time I'll link my Discord in chat or in the bottom of this video. And basically, I'm just going to literally copy paste it and put it all in my Discord under the POE section. And if you want to know my full thoughts on it, there it is. But I want to say this was like a 3.5, almost 4 hour video with Chris Wilson, which props to the man who sat there and especially at the end was just taking fucking hits, man. Like that's the equivalent of like Homer Simpson getting beat down by Drederick Tatum and he just not even fighting back. I mean, he fought back a little bit on a couple things when it came to like the accountants on Reddit and things like that. Yeah, well, that was a Chad moment telling people, hey, if you don't know what the fuck you're talking about, shut the fuck up. But that's the internet, so the internet always talks shit. So aside from that, I mean, props to the man for going out there. And again, it sounded cordial, sounded normal, but then at the end of it, holy balls, he had to come out swinging. And then yeah, he as best as he can. The number one thing you guys got to realize that this guy doesn't do everything. He's not the coder, he's not the designer, he's not the artist, he's not this, he's not that. What he is the guy that makes sure everything's on point. If you guys are familiar with the Navy SEAL, retired Navy SEAL, he runs Echelon Front. His name is Jocko Willink. The way the business model and the way that Chris Wilson runs Grinding Gear games is the same principles that Jocko talks about. He knows roughly what everybody needs to do, and he knows how to get everybody doing what they need to do. And for the most part, I believe he gets them the information and the ability to do it. But he's not the guy in there coding combat. He's not the guy in there animating the things. He knows what they need to do and gives them the ability to go and do it. No. And then I'm here with Mono. Mono was also in the background, like listening and kind of semi-watching. And I was the one mainly watching it, taking notes as best I can, because I was very interested to see what happened. And like I said, this isn't going to be a full breakdown or review. It's just, like I said, almost 4 hours of content kind of wrapped up. But like I said, it really got spicy at the end. Mono, what were your overall thoughts when you were listening and watching?
Well, in the last Hideout Warriors, we kind of talked about the direction of where the game was going, and it's all but confirmed. Actually, Angelo was watching the post harvest.
Yeah, I messed up. I couldn't figure out which
But
one was which.
everything he talked about in the post harvest cast were things we talked about in Hideout Warriors 3. It's about the future. It's about new players, and they acknowledge what a lot of the veteran player base wants, but they also have to think about the future of their game. How do we get players to get past Act 2? How can the acts become more enjoyable? And that's, for me, that was more important than everything else that was talked about during the I guess interview.
Well, yeah, because here's the biggest thing about it. He doesn't have to do this. I mean, you can look. I mean, I hate to shit on him right now because they're already at a low, but well, I won't even say them. I'll say Activision. Let's say Activision or EA.
No way.
You
No.
know, let's say they
way
dropped
way above their.
they
pay
dropped a fucking bomb on something. They burn all the bridges. They don't give a flying fuck about you, about me, about anybody. They would not reach out to community people like Capcom or Namco Bandai or Nintendo with Smash Brothers. They would not reach out to the community leaders or the organizers, and they would not actually go out there and be like, hey guys, let us talk to you for a second. We need to make sure that we're all on the same page. No, they won't. So like I said, again, props to this guy for actually coming out. And he said he's willing to do this weekly to keep it updated and going. So the question is, guys, it's like, are people happy? And I don't think most people are. I don't think they'll ever be happy, truth be told. And that's the real sad part about it, because who are you really going to try and get into the game? Obviously, they're working on Path of Exile too. Obviously, they're still trying to balance this game out. And honestly, my thought process is this. If you supposedly hate the game so much, or it's not your game anymore, yada, 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 you know, and you left, you are no longer a part of the conversation because you don't play the game anymore. That's like someone who used to play WoW back in the day talking about WoW now, but they haven't played the game in like the last month, 6 months, a year. So what seat at the table do you have if you're no longer playing the game, if you're no longer a part of the game? In my opinion, you forfeited it because you're not playing game. And another thing, they always try to talk, especially, what was it, Rise at the end of the game, you know? He was a bit confrontational, and I get it. I expected somebody to kind of come up, but in the end, he kept talking about the same things. And the last one that he kept talking about was like build diversity. But the question about build diversity is like, stop doing other people's builds. Why is there? I didn't even know there's a thing called POE Ninja. Obviously, Chris Wilson knew about it. I mean, this guy surprisingly is in the know. He knows a lot of things, and I like the fact that he admits that he's not the best. He says he's never beaten Elder or something like that. Or just, he said he died in yellow maps. I'm roughly at the same level right now, playing only for like 2.5 leagues, well, like basically like 3 leagues barely, like 2.5 leagues at best, and I'm in the same level as one of the devs. But again, a dev is working on the game to make sure that it's working. They can't really spend all their time just playing the game, and I am having a lot more fun. And hey, I'm still here, so I still technically have a seat at the table. I still play the game. I can tell you that, yes, it's harder, but this is the lowest death count I've ever had in softcore. I hate saying that because it sounds like porn. But in this trade league, I'm not playing hardcore because I would have lost my character 7 times. But think about that. The first time I played it was Ritual, supposedly the best league, 3.13. I was playing a Necromancer because I wanted to be a Diablo 2 character. I died at least 100-something times. I did not understand anything. I was playing a witch character. I thought she'd be the same as like the Necro character from Diablo 2. I tried to do like corpse. I was making my own build. I didn't understand this whole follow a build and be happy. That's not me. Maybe I'm a dumb hipster that's trying to create my own. But I'm doing the same thing that I did when I played like the Diablo 2 game. I never played Diablo 3, but here's the question. If everybody wants things to be similar to like Diablo 3 or more easily accessible, get the items, get this, auction house, how come people aren't playing and working and using the Diablo 3 right now? How come there's no hype? I don't hear it. Maybe because I don't play the game, but it's like, all right, you get everything you want. Now Path of Exile is the exact same as Diablo 3. And obviously because of, you know, the company too, it's not in a very good spot. So my question to you guys, is that what you want? Maybe it is. And then after that, you'll go off and fuck off and play like Fortnite. I don't know. Maybe you don't really care because you just want to be right, or you're just a mob think kind of person. I hope you're not, but hey man, mob rules. And a lot of people, if they hear a streamer or somebody on POE, whatever fucking thing, Reddit, you just go nuts and just believe whatever they say. I don't know. What do you think, Mark?
The thing about it is, there's more. He's gonna do 2 or 3 more interviews
No, he says he's gonna make this a weekly thing. He's gonna add it to his
every week.
every week.
So every week he's gonna do an interview. So I heard plenty of things that made me happy in this one. Imagine this happening every week. That's huge. And honestly, I expected to see a lot more people watching it. Only what, 14,000 people?
I kind of glanced at that Twitch chat, and holy shit, you fuckers are so goddamn toxic, whiny fucking bitches. I want this, I want that, I want this. It's like, oh, dude, fucking make your own game.
That's why Eris doesn't play Tekken.
And seriously, like I've never seen such whiny fuckers, and it seriously pissed me off. I hid chat, and I was like, dude, I'm here for this guy, and to see what these what 5 guys we're gonna talk about. And granted, some of them, you know, like they kept talking, they kept harking about, you know, like the loot pets, things that pick stuff up, but whatever, I get it, you know, talk about it, move on. But I feel there could have been other things that they brought up. There were some finite details. I like the way what was it, like Noogie and all those other guys were talking about crafting. Dude, I have no fucking clue about any of that stuff. Just I don't know. It's such a strange thing because I looked at the achievements and only 1% of players have beaten Cirrus. So these guys are talking about like, oh, what about endgame builds? You're pigeonholing every 1% of all Path of Exile players have made it to Cirrus. I have made it to Shaper
On Steam.
on Steam. So 2% total. Combined with PlayStation probably has 0.5%, and Xbox probably has 0.5%. Okay? Now
And then there's the standalone client.
oh, there's a standalone client. So maybe the standalone client. Okay, so maybe 3% of people in the entire of all the people that have ever played the game. Oh, yeah, and there's Nintendo Switch. So maybe
What? The game's on
3.25.
Switch?
I that's what I thought he said. I could be wrong,
Hmm.
but if it is, if not, but anyway, we'll round it up. 3.25% of people made it to the quote unquote end boss, and now supposedly the end boss is Maven. And then now they said by 3.17, which is the one that's going to happen in January time, that's going to be another end game change. But they said they might add something else in 3.16. They are working on this game, and then it sucks and it hurt to find out that Path of Exile 2 is not going to be ready for another 2 years ish.
And you know what? I'm having fun. I trial and error, and just taking time to try out other builds, get out of the comfort zone. I was thinking about just playing a duelist again, and I just got out of my comfort zone, and now we're here. And after hearing everything he had to talk about, there's a lot of big changes coming.
There is. And not only that, I seriously say to all of you, first off, stop using builds. Use a build to test your build after you hit like level 80. But from level 1 to 80, try everything. See what you like. Try this, try that. Does this work? Does that work? And like I said, I made it to Act 6, and due to my pure ignorance and being a dumbass and just not paying attention to the screen, I died to poison stacks. Didn't understand how it worked, and this is the first time playing a melee character. I thought the guy was tough. I thought, beefy marauder, chieftain, let's go. Tectonic slam. I tried all the other ones. What is it? Ground slam and earthquake, and I was going to use glacial slam, but I knew that this guy was going to base around fire, so I didn't use that one because counterintuitive, if you ask me. And then just I've learned now, like, and I really like the Pentacatsul type weapon. Anyway, it blows things up and it recovers HP. Fucking awesome. Everyone in chat would always tell me that, use another weapon. Gotta upgrade. Gotta use Void Forge or something like this. And again, I don't know what any of these weapons are. I don't know how I would get them in game. All these people tell me is just go to Trade League and get it. But the problem is that, like, or just go to trade and get it. But it's like, I want to know how to get these things. And if you watch this, like, 4-hour interview with him, he talks about that. It is so much more gratifying and just satisfying in general to just, like, you got it, or it dropped. Now, granted, I haven't gotten anything amazing as far as a drop-wise, so I'm still waiting on that part. Let me get my mirror there, Chris, or, I've got one Exalt drop this entire league, so it's a little rough, okay? It's not the same as it was during Ultimatum. Ultimatum, I was fucking raining in the dough. I got all sorts of, like, chaos and all sorts of Exalts. this league's a little rough. And as far as the hard mode that's coming up soon, the Masochist League, I'm not gonna lie, that is probably my shit. Because, yeah, sure, he said it's a vanity thing, but you know what? I guarantee you, all those sissies that are afraid to go outside the comfort zone and people that go straight to the fucking trade market, they're not gonna get on that. And if they are, shit, man, they might do some real money world transactions, some RMT, trying to fucking upgrade into the hard mode. It's like, dude, you suck, man.
Hopefully not, because that would probably be like one of the challenge leagues. It'd probably be like 2 weeks or something.
I think he said it's gonna run side by side. Side by side with
Like it's gonna be just like
it's
like
a mode.
hardcore or something.
It's going to be available in hardcore.
Oh, so it's like hardcore and then
so
masochist.
Exactly, or hard mode. Yeah, masochist mode. If they just name it masochist mode, I'm fine with that. But yeah, it's going to be like either like the soft core mode, or just regular, and then hardcore, SSF, and then that one. So, but all right, guys. Like I said, I didn't want this video to go on too long. Again, I will post my Discord link in the bottom of this video if you want to see my full breakdown. Mind the spelling errors. I typed that shit real quick, And yeah, that's my overall thoughts on what his 8/11/2021 was it Baeclast interview with Chris Wilson was. So, Mono, any closing thoughts on that?
Hey, 7 acts. POE2, and it's gonna be a better experience. And hopefully, there's no Belly of the Beast for.
Yeah, he hates Belly of the Beast in court. I mean, like, to me, as
Hopefully
long as
there's no Lunaris and.
I mean, like,
Solars
don't get me wrong, but just the fact that you have to go back and forth, and Jesus,
and no repetitive acts.
No repetitive acts. But he also said that, and in addition to that, it makes sense. Like, I don't know why these guys were going so crazy about. Oh, I don't want to pick up so many things. But don't take away my loot explosion. I want to see more splinters, but don't take away all the multiples that are exploding out of the chest. But I don't want to pick up too many. It's like, dude, what do you want exactly? Do you want to have your cake and eat it too? It's like it's like you're asking for like everything but nothing. And it's like, oh, but I don't want to pick anything up. But I still want to pick up the cool things, but I don't want you to take away the. It's like, dude, you're not making any sense. And then I could see Chris Wilson just kind of going like, wait, what? Like, for a person, as he said, he has a very strong mental health, and he is able to just kind of make it work. But like I said, guys, you tell me in the comments, did you watch it? Sadly, I didn't see that many people that watched it.
14,000.
14,000, man. So again, I don't know if that podcast or Baeclast is very popular.
14,000 is a lot of
I mean, 14,000 is a lot. I mean, I was expecting at least 20, 30, but
probably like.
Well, we'll see. I mean, like, Zizarin, I guess, is next. He's going on there, and, I'm sure Zizarin ain't going to pull any punches, so we'll see what that guy wants.
He hates the game right now.
He hates it? Yeah. Jesus. I mean, like, you can always see it on the person's face, and my question is, it's like, I like how he did this subtle jab to him, saying, like, yeah, a lot of people are probably skipping this one, saying, oh, I don't know what kind of build to go. I'm scared of exploration and testing shit out. So then, basically, he's like, oh, so maybe I'll just watch Ziz's video next league and just do another Essence Drain. Like, that was a nice little boom, boom, jab, 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 jab. But there you guys go. That's what we thought. You tell me in the comments below. Again, thank you very much for watching. Have a great day. And come on, guys. Let's get some originality out there. And if we fail, it's not how hard you get hit. So you get hit and keep moving. Okay, whatever. Keep moving forward. All right, guys. Thank you for watching. See you guys out there. Later.
Freeze! Who are you? What are you doing here?
Hold your fire! I'm a human!